What is going on YouTube, and welcome back to Vancouver's Worst Drivers. So I know we're in the middle of a pandemic, okay? The world is just on shutdown, and I know it's a very serious situation going on here, but can we just take a moment to appreciate how cheap gas prices are right now? $99.9. We are never going to see gas prices this cheap ever again. Alright, so let's start off this video with this clip from C-Sun. Again, this is one of those things where people just cannot stay in the line. So keep your eye on the Honda to the left. It's one of these two-lane left turns, and he just can't do it. C-Sun sees this happening, slams on his brakes so this guy doesn't just hit the side of his vehicle. And the crazy thing about this is that the guy just proceeds through the intersection anyways. So why didn't he just stay in his lane to begin with? Up next, we got a Civic that narrowly escapes an accident by the skin of his teeth. If you're looking for a replay, it's hard to see who's at fault here because it's kind of a yellow turning red. Van probably should have waited, but it's hard to say. Hop aboard, guys, the douchebag safari. We're going to see douchebags in their natural habitat on the streets of Vancouver, such as this Prius, for example, who's going to try and use the shoulder to cut in front of everybody else during traffic. Acorn Bean is obviously having none of it, cuts this guy off so he's forced to merge in. But I cannot believe that this was even a thought on this guy's mind. Acorn Bean also got this video where this truck is going to turn way too sharp around this corner. And not only does he do that, but he also does it with a trailer on the back. Clearly, this guy has not heard of off-track. And then this driver clearly hasn't heard of shoulder checking because they don't even check to see if there's anybody in this lane before even making this move, and doesn't even touch the brakes whatsoever. Maple Leaf Rider captured this kind of bizarre clip where this SUV Range Rover's turning left, and I just don't understand how in this situation they did not see this red car coming. Is it like directly in front of them? I don't get it. And then a scary situation for Maple Leaf Rider again when this car just decides to try and do a U-turn right in the middle of the road, doesn't see him here, and almost causes him to T-bone her. Okay, I know that sounds dirty, but you know what I'm trying to say. And the crazy thing is, Mateo, one of my Instagram followers, actually commented on this video on my Instagram and said, "That's my grandma." Yeah, after this whole coronavirus situation kind of settles down, definitely going to be an awkward conversation with grandma at the next family dinner. I'll say this once and I'll say it again. If you miss your off-ramp, if you miss your turn or whatever it is, be patient, don't do illegal things, and just wait for the next street. Clearly, this white Honda doesn't care about that and just proceeds right through on the far left turn lane. Elliot captured this terrifying moment in New West when this driver decides to try and overtake this semi-truck going the opposite way against oncoming traffic on a double yellow. And if we see this in a replay, it's just, can you imagine driving along and almost getting in a head-on accident? I don't know how, if this driver got an accident, how he would possibly explain that to ICBC. So unfortunately, Amy hit a tire when I believe she's driving to Richmond here, right in the middle of a road. It's pitch black. She apparently did $6,000 damage to her vehicle. And apparently ICBC charges as a collision to her, so she actually had to pay for this out of pocket. I feel like that's unfair in this situation. I feel like because it's dark, it's in the middle of a road, ICBC probably should have put this under comprehensive. That's just my thought. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. This insane video is captured in Coquitlam where this guy is driving the wrong side of the road, just drives into the front of his car. And the crazy thing is there's actually somebody in the blue car while this happens. You can only imagine what he's thinking, like, what the hell? How did I get a head-on accident parked on the side of the road? And this guy just reverses, and you think he's going to stop. But no, he just keeps reversing and keeps reversing away as if nothing happened. Someone has said in Instagram comments, they're like, it's not a hit and run. It's more like a hit and reverse, so to speak. So this happened on Kingsway. Keep your eye on a BMW. It looks like they get irritated by this car driving in front of them, even though it's a red light here. And you're going to see in a second that basically he kind of tailgates this guy because the guy's not driving fast enough, swerves into Jan's lane with barely any turn signal, just like one flick of a turn signal, which, I mean, he's a BMW driver, so I guess it's better than nothing, right? But only to just drive in the same lane at almost the same speed. Dylan captured a bunch of great clips here, like this one, for example, where the light's red and this guy just flies right through it, just pinning it through his red light. Probably running from the police or something when you're driving like that. Then you've got this guy who, this is a classic Vancouver move, when you go straight, even though it's a left turn only signal. And then here, no signal, no shoulder check. It's just, ladies and gentlemen, it's so easy to signal and shoulder check. I don't know why more people don't. Jesse captured this rookie mistake in downtown Vancouver where this guy goes the wrong way down a one-way street. And you can only imagine what's going through his head, you know? At first, he's driving down, hangs a right, and he's like, look at all these dumbasses driving the wrong way. And then you realize that you're the one who's a dumbass driving the wrong way down a street. Yeah, probably pretty embarrassing. And then talk about dumbasses. This dumbass happens to be a cop hanging a right in the middle lane and almost causing an accident. Clearly it's not an emergency because their lights aren't on. And then maybe on the same lines, this is more of a douchebag, more of a dumbass move. This guy is just blocking the road, waiting to go straight. He could easily back up. Easily. But he just decides to block the entire road for no reason. And then Marco got this video where this car is trying to go around the Penske truck and smashes right into the side of this almost Ghostbusters looking van. I don't know. But again, another situation where if he had shoulder checked, this wouldn't have happened. Here's someone else that doesn't understand the concept of off track, and you can only imagine how much damage is done to the bottom of this car when you do this. I know you guys love videos of people getting cut off, so here's a bunch of exhibits for you to show you all the examples in the lower mainland. So first of all, we got exhibit 1 here, this guy who just stops here for no reason. Exhibit 2. Exhibit 3. Exhibit 4. Exhibit 5 is a bad one, all right? This is, I think it's on Kingsway. This BMW has so much time to turn right and get into this lane, okay? But they're going to insist on staying in the middle lane just to turn right, even though Zai is going straight. This moment is painful to watch. So with Exhibit 6, keep your eye on a giant truck, okay? Let me know who you guys think's at fault. Comment below, okay? This truck is turning in. This car is trying to overtake him at the same time. And this truck just forces his way in and forces this guy onto the shoulder. Personally, I think this truck driver is in the wrong. But let me know what you guys think. Unfortunately, Exhibit 7 happened to me, actually, on Kingsway. And driver could have stayed in the left lane. But no, he just wanted to go into the one I was in. Exhibit 8 is actually a couple pedestrians just asking to become roadkill when I have a green light. Exhibit 9 is this van driver that not only cuts this driver off, but also does it as people are trying to cross the crosswalk. Up next, we got Exhibit 10. And then Exhibit 11 is this terrible U-turn where there's no turn signals and, of course, no shoulder checking as well. And then finally, we've got Exhibit 12, where this black SUV just does not take no for an answer. I guess you could say this is Exhibit 13, but this is a kind of an unusual one. So Matthew actually almost cuts this Jeep driver off, and this guy is pissed. Obviously, Matthew's at fault here. He didn't look to the right, but this guy cannot let us go. He's like beaking him off still at the, and he actually has a green light here, still beaking him off. I don't know what Matthew's saying in return, but then he actually, in this situation, actually causes Matthew to slam into the back of his car on purpose. So the backstory to this as well, apparently this guy actually has 2 toddlers in the back seat. So he's actually doing all this with kids in his car. And in this situation, later on, he actually sees the dash cam, then just decides to drive off. And unfortunately, ICBC still rules Matthew at fault. So the other guy didn't file an ICBC claim, but man, what a strange and bizarre situation. I think you're doing something wrong, buddy. If nobody else falls behind you, I think you're in the wrong spot. I would be super nervous if I was Katcorot and I'm in those super low bicycles when you got people like this who don't know how to make proper turns and end up in the wrong lane. Tiana runs into these 2 people that want to have a conversation right in the middle of a road. I guess they know each other because this doesn't look like a road rage incident or anything. Tiana's honking at them. BMW driver's like, okay, fine, I guess I'll go. Doesn't signal, of course, he's a BMW driver. And then as Tiana's trying to pass, swings his car out at her. I'm really glad now that social distancing is in effect. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why our insurance rates are so high is because people like this think it's a good idea to run red lights. Not exactly sure how this happened, but I guess some people just have a hard time with just simple right turns. Steven got this video of someone breaking into his neighbor's truck. And again, this is another reason why we should all own dash cams. For this reason, to cover your ass when there's hit and runs, when people are breaking into your cars, anything like that. Look at these jaywalkers. What a bunch of douchebags. I cannot believe that they think that they can do that there while people are driving. This is unacceptable. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button. And also you can follow me on Instagram, Vancouver's Worst Drivers, YouTube. Hope you guys all have a wonderful isolation. Hope none of you guys get sick. Yeah, just stay safe out there and make sure you wash your hands.